at SAC group, Uma ma'am and Suryadeep, Raji ma'am, everybody know me by Princey. That's my pet name.
Okay.
And I'm from Mumbai.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
working in a pharma.
Okay. Very good.
Here I am to give my speech, and these members are amazing, always supporting me.
Wait. I will actually do the garnishing. She has been a champion in the December month of Communication League Award night in
Oh, very
speech.
good.
So
Hats to you.
she is the club champion in evaluation and table topics. No, humorous. No, yeah.
No, that was humorous and evaluation.
Humorous and evaluation. She is the club champion. So it's like she's one of the stalwarts when it comes
Okay.
to.
Okay.
Yes, and Suryadeep is the mentor who guides me like a guiding light.
Do. Okay.
Suryadip, you should become our mentor also. We are not, we are newcomers, but we are not so bad.
Wait. I will start firing you all. Wait. Now this is my sweet side so far. Now you'll see the more aggressive version. I'll mentor each
So
and every
now
one.
Suryadeep will be
Oh,
will be super busy. Dr.
aggressive version after marriage. Very nice.
Okay. So all the role players are not here, is it? So far.
Swarnalata ma'am, she will not be able to join. I'll take up table topics.
Okay.
Beena
Hello,
ma'am.
Navamita ma'am.
Beena ma'am also has some problems.
Okay.
Hi, Dhamma.
Good evening. Hello.
Good evening.
I'll take up her role as well. So Beena ma'am is a grammarian. Grammarian plus table topics I'll do.
Okay.
Any other role to be pending?
No, that's.
You can preside the meetings.
I can preside the meeting. Okay.
Yeah. Rajesh is not available. He'll join late.
He'll join late. Time. I will just post this once more time. Yes, Uma ma'am, you can start.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Success leaves clues. Leadership leaves excellence. That's a famous quote by Jim Rohn. My name is Uma Natraj, and I will be the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. I welcome you all to the 159th meeting of Speak Magic Toastmasters Club, Area E4, Division E, District 120. Before starting this meeting, I would like to mention 3 ground rules which we follow in our Toastmasters meeting. As Toastmasters, we do not talk about sex, religion, and politics. Rule 2, please put yourself on mute if you are not speaking. The third ground rule, make sure you're in a silent environment while you speak, and you can chat and convey the message. And here is the Toastmasters mission statement. As everybody in their life has a mission to achieve their goals, likewise, our Toastmasters Club also has a mission. The mission of our Toastmasters Club is to provide a mutually supportive and positive learning environment in which every member has the opportunity to develop communication and leadership skills, which in turn foster self-confidence and personal growth. With this, I announce the meeting as open and hand over the stage to our TMOD. Or is our president available? I'm not sure. Okay. I will hand it over to our enthusiastic, smart, hunk, entrepreneur, and a great mentor and inspirer to everyone. Today, he is our TMOD, Dr. Suryadeep. Over to you, Dr. Suryadeep.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Uma ma'am. Let's give it up for Uma ma'am, everybody. Always, she'll always have a very unique way to really start the meeting every single time. She does such a phenomenal job. So my role today, first of all, I'm going to get started as a presiding officer. So first of all, welcome to each and every one of you. Now, there was this man named Ralph C. Smedley. He realized that the best way we can improve our communication skills, use it as a foundation to really work our way into personal success, professional success, is by practicing in a close, like-minded community. And that's what gave rise to that one Toastmasters club, which had just somewhere around 6 members way back somewhere in the 19, yeah, I don't really remember the name, the year, apologies for that. But from that one club onwards, right now, the Toastmasters International has somewhere around clubs spanning across 184 countries, 365,000 Toastmasters across the planet. And the best part is everything is pretty much virtual right now, which means you can sit at the comfort of your homes and still visit all the different Toastmasters meetings happening all across the planet. So let's give it up for the platform that we are in right now. So the best way we can obviously get started is by understanding our guests. So every single meeting we are blessed to have some amazing guests. So here's what we would be wanting to do. The first thing is, I would want you to just introduce yourself and also give us a brief insight about what specifically do you really aspire to learn from this particular meeting by spending time with us, okay, in the Toastmasters. So we've got quite a few guests today. So we're going to start with Smita Kadam. So Smita ma'am, good evening. Would you like to share a brief introduction, also give us your expectations from us? Yeah, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Surya. Thank you, Suryadev. It's a really great honor to be in you all guys. You are really a master. And yes, I want to learn public speaking and want to contribute into my skill set so that this skill set will help me to contribute in my mission, that is to help people to unleash their true potential. So yes, that's what I really want to learn from this Toastmaster.
Amazing, amazing. Let's give it up for Smita, ma'am. Definitely, we're going to get you started from today itself by giving you a table topic for sure. Okay, our next guest is Simarpreet Kaur. So, Simarpreet, ma'am, could you please bless us with a brief introduction and also tell us what is your expectation from this meeting? Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah, hi, good evening. And yes, I'm looking forward to seeing what is there. I got to know about this platform yesterday itself, and it really intrigued me that such beautiful young people are going forward with such enthusiasm, and the enthusiasm is so contagious. And I'm looking forward to growing more with them. Thank you so much.
Amazing. Let's give it up for Simarpreet, ma'am, everybody. Well, the best way we can all get started is by actually participating in the meeting. So you're going to stay tuned for the table topic session. I'm sure the table topic mistress has a lot of amazing things for you. Brilliant. Okay, next we have Anupam Kumar. So Anupam, sir, could you please introduce yourself and bless us with your expectation from today's meeting? Over to you. Okay, Anupam, sir, are you there? Yes, we have Anupam sir with us. I think you're on mute. I'll just unmute you. Yeah. Yes, good evening, sir. We are not able to hear you. I think you all are able to hear Anupam sir? No? Yes, no? No. There's some I think there's some disturbance, I think, with the network. So we'll bring up Anupam sir. Let's give it up for him. Okay. So Anupam sir will bring you up. I think there's some disturbance. Okay. So we also have Roshan sir with us. So Roshan sir, could you please bless us with your, okay. Yeah, Roshan sir, could you please bless us with your brief introduction? Where are you,
hello,
Roshan sir?
Hello.
Yeah, there you go. Yes.
Hello.
Yeah.
Good evening, all of you. Actually, the first time I'm joining this meeting, and today itself I have joined the group, WhatsApp group. Then only I came to know that there is such a Toastmaster club is there. So this is my first meeting.
Okay, amazing. That's amazing to know, Roshan sir. I think we got a lot of amazing stuff in store for you, and definitely you can expect a table topic. So I think that pretty much covers up the guests, and we are so blessed. Okay, we also have a few more, a few special guests coming up. So I think the Toastmaster of the day will be introducing him further. So right now, let me just switch my role as a Toastmaster of the evening. So very good evening, everybody. Today, my name is Dr. Srideep Mazumdar. I am the Toastmasters of the evening. Now, what is the role of a Toastmaster of the evening? It's more of just facilitating the entire meeting. But today, we are all here because we also want to learn something very critical. We're going to learn about elections and XCOM in the Toastmasters. Now, we all live in a country which is democratic. We all have the opportunity to participate in this democracy, first of all, by voting, secondly, by actually being a part of the elections by maybe getting a ticket. In the Toastmasters, the election is more like the foundation of leadership. Every single club has a set of leaders, leaders that take care of the club. And every 6 months onwards, there is an election that takes place where the club members vote and elect their leaders. Now, more about it as we move further during the entire meeting. The Toastmasters meetings, just like the election will have various stages, whether it's preparation, whether it is observation, whether it is actually collecting the votes, whether it is and after the announcement, the celebrations and everything. Similarly, every Toastmasters meeting will have certain stages. So stage number 1 is called as the prepared speech section. Now, in this section, what happens is we have speakers preparing themselves, writing those speeches, getting things sorted, coming up and presenting in front of a group of people. Then we have the fun-filled table topic sections where the table topic master or mistress comes up and they're going to bless you with topics which you got to speak up instantly, impromptu. And guess what? This is where the interest comes in, because we'll be having our guests as well to participate in the table topics, and we get to know you a lot better as well. And finally, is my favorite part of every Toastmasters meeting, which is the evaluation and feedback section. Whether it's the prepared speeches, whether it's a table topic section, every single speaker gets evaluated. Okay, am I talking about evaluation? Well, I'm reminded of a very special person, in fact, a special role, which is exclusively dedicated. You will only find it in the Toastmasters, who's a soul who takes up the responsibility of really evaluating the entire meeting. And today, this evening, we have a very special soul. She is probably one of the most creative family members that we have in our Speak Magic family. Every single time she takes up a role, whether it's a timer, whether it's a speaker, whether it's a Toastmaster of the day, or last week when she took up table topics mistress, she bowled us over with her humor, with her antics, with her creativity. Well, I'm so blessed to invite today evening as the general evaluator. Let's give a huge thunderous round of applause for Toastmaster Mukta Gera. Toastmaster Mukta, could you please bless us with your roles and also introduce us to your team? Over to you, ma'am.
Good evening, Toastmaster of the day, Suryadeep, my fellow Toastmaster, and my dear guest. I am Mukta Gera, General Evaluator for today's meeting. I just love the line, success leave clues, leadership leave excellence. I love in creating skills and make them happen by joining the bureau. The time is like ice cubes, use before it melts. So let's welcome our timer, TM Parvat, who will be responsible for monitoring time for each meeting segment and each speaker. The podium is all yours, TM Parvat. TM Parvat.
I guess he's not there. No, he's there.
Okay.
I'll
Our
explain the
timer,
rules and
TM Parvat, is here.
I think he's not there, ma'am.
Ma'am,
So
good evening.
yeah, he's there.
Okay.
Good
Fine.
Hello.
Hello.
Good evening, ma'am. I am there. I will be back. As soon as the meeting starts, I will be back in action. Just give me a couple of minutes. I'm ready.
Toastmaster Pravat, actually, you are called onto the stage to explain your roles and responsibilities of a timer. So could you please do that?
I'm not.
Toastmaster Pravat, are you there? Okay, so let me explain the roles and responsibilities of the timer. If he is back, like we can hand over the podium to him. So as a timer, Toastmasters is all about punctualities. We focus and we fix the timing and we work upon that. All three sections of the meeting will be timed, starting from the prepared speech. So today, the prepared speech, the first speech is a special speech, which will go from 18 to 22 minutes. And for the speaker's reference, at the 18th minute, we'll be showing the green signal, which is a green flashcard. At 20th minute, we'll be showing the yellow flashcard. And at 22nd minute, we'll be showing the red flashcard, after which 30 seconds of grace period will be given to wrap up the speech. And then the second speech is 5 to 7 minutes. At the 5th minute, we'll be flashing the green card, 6th minute yellow card, and 7th minute will be the red card, after which a 30 seconds of grace period will be given to wrap up the speech. Coming to table topics, each speaker will be given 1 to 2 minutes to speak on the given topic. At 1 minute, green card will be flashed. At 1 minute 30 second, yellow card will be flashed. And at the second minute, red card will be flashed. 30 seconds after that will be given to wrap up the speech. Moving forward to the evaluation, every evaluator will be given 2 to 3 minutes to speak upon. At the end of 2 minute, green card will be flashed. 2 minute 30 second, red card will be flashed, and a 30 second of grace period will be given to wrap up the speech. So the timer or myself will be coming up with a report by the end of the meeting when we are called upon by the general evaluator. And back to you, general evaluator, Madam General Evaluator.
Okay, that's a very nice of you, Yogi. But timer, you should be more punctual. So let's see, no one like to hear same thing again and again. So let's welcome our counter Toastmaster Sijo Joy, who will note any overused words or filler sounds used by someone who speaks during the meeting. The podium is all yours, TM Sijo.
Thank you, General Evaluator Mukta ma'am. Yes, as ma'am was explaining, as the AHA counter, my duty is to look into the overused words, find out filler sounds used as crunchy by anyone who speaks during the meeting, words which are inappropriate, interjections. So I will keep a note of those sounds such as all these sounds. I will make a note of this, and towards the end of the meeting, I will submit the report. Over to you, General Evaluator. Thank you.
Now, grammar lays the groundwork for effective communication. So let's welcome our grammarian of today's meeting, Toastmaster Yogeshwari.
Once
The
again,
podium is all yours.
Yeah, once again, thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. As a grammarian, my role is to take note of the outstanding usages and phrases of English, which will be used by the speakers as well as the table topic speakers and any others who is speaking this evening. And also make note of not so good usage of English and come up with a recommendation for a better usage. As a grammarian, my role is also to introduce the word of the day. The word of the day is bureau. Bureau, there are a lot of meaning, like 5 different meanings are given in the Google. Let's stick to the first meaning right now, keeping the theme of the meeting in mind. So the first meaning is a specialized administrative unit. Bureau, a specialized administrative unit. So to come up with a sentence, the Information Bureau handles millions of inquiries each year. The Information Bureau handles millions of inquiries each year. As a grammarian, I encourage all the speakers to use the word of the day in their speeches. Every time a speaker uses the word of the day, I request everybody to give virtual applause, either by applauding the speaker or using the emoticons that are available in the chat options. And I will come up with my report by the end of the meeting when I'm called upon by the General Evaluator. And over to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Now, I would like to give the podium back to Toastmaster of the day, Dr. Suryadeep.
Thank you so much. Let's give it up for our general evaluator and the entire TAC team. It's so difficult to really take care of all these little things. So they're going to do a phenomenal job. Now, coming to the election straight away. An election is obviously an event that takes place. Before the election takes place, every single club member is being given a mail by the election nomination chair. The person takes care of the entire elections and they put up the nominations for the different roles that are available in a club. What are the different roles available? First, the sergeant at arms. The sergeant at arms takes care of the entire meeting before it begins. He or she opens, usually in a physical meeting, they'll actually be the one to invite all the guests, get all the things in order, arrange all the placards and all those things. But in the virtual setup, they're the ones who are actually interacting with the guests and everything. Then, of course, we have the treasurer. The treasurer takes care of the money, the money of all the club members, and everything is being taken care of by the treasurer. Rather, I would say the treasurer is very rich then. Yeah. Not really, because he has to maintain the accounts. Then, of course, we have the secretary. Now, the secretary is the one who takes care of all the logistics, the writing the moments of every single meeting, making sure who are the winners, all those things to be written in a physical setup, but in the virtual setup also we need to keep a track record of that as well. Now, usually the secretary, since in the virtual world it's more of simplified, they are the one who take care of all the polling. They are the one who take care of streaming the meetings and all those, getting the links and everything, single thing in order. Now, these are pretty much the roles which we encourage all the new Toastmasters who wants to take up leadership to take up, so that you get into the groove of understanding how does the club work. But then we have 3 very, very core members who actually run the entire club. More about it as we move on ahead in this particular meeting. Let's start with our prepared speech section. Now, prepared speech section, the Toastmasters will prepare themselves with their mentors. By the way, Toastmasters gives you the opportunity of having an individualized mentor. So the mentor helps you prepare the speech, and then of course you come up and present. So before we present our first speaker, let's invite our first evaluator. Now, this magical soul, she literally took up the entire evaluation by storm, by really working on herself and escalating herself to a new height. She's very beautiful, she's very gorgeous, but more than of beauty and every single thing, what makes her so unique is her dedication, her zeal, her commitment. the determination to strive and be better every single day, the whole feelings to be a better version of herself, and also radiate that out to every single soul that she touches through her words, thoughts, actions. She's one of our most loving members. Let's give a huge round of applause for our evaluator number one, Toastmaster Navamita Sarkar. Toastmaster Navamita, please bless us with the evaluation guidelines. Over to you.
Thank you very much. What a warm welcome from our dearest and nearest Modi. Thanks a lot. And today I am, as an evaluator, going to evaluate our target speaker, Toastmaster Mariam Charles, who is going to deliver her speech for level 5 elective project under the pathway of presentation mastery. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice developing and presenting a longer speech. And the purpose of the speech for the member is to deliver an engaging and keynote style speech, which will be 18 to 22 minutes. And her speech name is Communication at Workplace. Communication at Workplace. I will come with my report when G will call me, wishing her a best of luck, and I would like to hand over the podium to our TM Modi. Thank you.
Okay, amazing. Let's give it up for Navamita ma'am, everyone. Now she has actually blundered the idea of me introducing the speaker. So I'll try to come up with something creative. Okay. Now we already know what is the name of our first speaker, but I want to really highlight something very important. We are all a part of a public speaking community in Facebook. For a lot of people, it's just a Facebook group. But for us, it's a platform where we have met our nearest and dearest family members, so as to say. Now, this magical soul is someone whom I have a huge crush on, whom my partner has a huge crush on. So we keep fighting who has a bigger crush on her. But the crush is not just for her beauty, for her grace and everything. That's definitely there. The whole idea is the way she shares her perspectives, the way she really personifies the magnificence that she brings through her stories, through her lessons, through the way she really wants to connect with us in just a simple video. Of course, needless to say, she's been a champion. She's been a champion public speaker. She's the club champion of SIPLA Toastmasters Club, and in fact, she is right now the president of SIPLA Toastmasters Club. We are honored and privileged to have amongst us Toastmaster Mariam Charles with the speech title Communication at Workplace. Communication at Workplace. Toastmaster Mariam Charles, the virtual podium is all yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Suryadeep. Am I audible and visible?
Yes, loud and clear. And you look gorgeous.
Okay, thank you so much. How many of you have got an opportunity to go up on the podium and speak? And guess what? Once you are on that podium, you went blank, you went numb, and you completely forgot what you are about to speak. Now, how many of you all actually thought that I forgot my lines and I went blank? Yes, absolutely right. So I saw Suryadeep raising his hand. So that is what exactly happened with me. I want to share mainly 2 incidents of my life at my workplace, which made me realize that it's high time I start working on my communication skills. So the first instance goes like this. In my team of Operation Excellence, in my previous team, suddenly I was told by my team member that today go and give an induction to all the new members who have joined the company. It was a sudden surprise. The content was not a surprise for me. But yes, given an induction to a team of almost 20-25 members, the newcomers, was something new for me. All of a sudden, I was standing on that podium, and these all newcomers just looking at me with a blank face. I started my presentation, which went up to almost an hour. And guess what? None of them were allowed to use their phones. But I could see the boredom on their faces. They wanted to tell me, can you please go out? I can see those blank faces. I can see the boredom. And the way I was communicating and presenting my content to them was actually so much of a bore thing from me. When I was representing my content, I was not clear in my mind what exactly am I presenting. I was just reading the slides. Yes, you heard me right. I didn't understand the concepts. I was just about to read the slides one after the other. There were about 60 slides, and all the 60 minutes, I was just reading one slide for 1 minute, and there I go, complete the 60-minute time slot given for me. After the 60 minutes, I just came down and nobody applauded. The second incident. Again, a question for all of you. How many of you will actually get excited if you are being told that, hey, you need to present to your chief operating officer? I am sure that all of you will get excited and raise your hand that yes, you will be excited that you are going to present to the chief operating officer of your company. And this is such a big opportunity. And I was given that chance because I was working on that very, very precious project of our team. I was working on that project, but only to that extent that I couldn't present. The team told me that before presenting into the COO, why don't you give a mock to us? And I went up on that conference, stood near the podium, and I started my presentation again. I started, but I was all over the place. The content was not constructive. I was not able to put my thoughts into place. And the audience got the news that yes, I was not confident and I was not the right person to present at the COO level. Those two incidents shook me and made me realize that I need to work on my communication skills, and especially at my workplace, where I need to build on my credibility and my persona over the place. I started joining these public speaking groups. One of them is SAG, the other Toastmasters Club. Speak and Grow group was more than a family to me, which helped me recommending so many ideas how to improve on my communication skills, presentation skills. Slowly, I started working, making videos, and those few months were magical because every video helped me to improve on my communication skills. Now, let me tell you, these two incidents helped me to realize that I need to work. But what about you? When you are at your workplace, do you often feel that you are confused? How I am going to present? So let me tell you the 3 important facts that why you need to learn on your communication skills, especially at your workplace. That is the COP thing. Now, what I mean by COP? You need to build your credibility. Number 2, opportunities. As it is rightly said, an opportunity lost is so expensive. Number 3 is your personality. Developing on your communication skills will not only help you to communicate with your team members and with your bosses, but it overall builds on your personality. So you understood the why, the COP method, the credibility, opportunities, and the personality. Now, after knowing the why, that why you need to learn the communication skill at the workplace, let us understand the how. How are you going to do that? Remember one thing, everybody at the workplace need to understand few important points. Number one, instead of giving the presentation one after the other, the key speakers and the key thinkers need to know the blot method. Now, what I mean by blot method, anybody can guess what is the blot method. What does the acronym blot stands for? Anybody can put in the chat box or can raise your hand and just unmute yourself and speak. What is the blot method? Okay. All right. So blot method is bring it on top. That is bottom line on top. Blot method. Whatever is your core message, always start with that first and then go on to the statistics, the research, the dynamics, the graphs, the presentation to support it. But wherever you're presenting any content to the core members of your workplace, start with the blot method, that is bottom line on top. The core message should start first and then you go deep into it by summarizing with your research, with your diagrams, with your graphs and everything else. This way you will be able to capture the attention of your audience. And here your audience is of course your bosses, your core bosses and the management council. And you need to present them, you need to impress them at the first presentation of yours at this forum. Now you understood the blot method. Let us just deep dive more into this communication. So basically there are two types of communication at workplace also. The verbal and the non-verbal. The normal verbal is how you talk, how you walk, do you smile, do you make eye contacts? So I remember a few years back, whenever I used to enter in my office, I would just look down and go straight to my desk and sit down to work. That's it. I was so low in confidence that I didn't have the courage to go up and speak to people. But slowly, as I learned the communication skills, I realized that this communication is not about only verbal, of talking to each other, but it's about non-verbal as well. How you present yourself. Do you slouch? Yes, do you slouch when you speak? So if you slouch when you speak, it just gives a silent message to your audience that you are not confident. Keep your back straight and speak confidently. Smile when you talk and make a very sharp eye contact. Good hand gestures just to speak and communicate effectively. Knowing the opposite person that yes, you are a confident speaker and you know the content and can communicate it effectively. Coming to the verbal communication. When you are presenting, as you know the blot method, you also need to understand the what it's in for me. That's for your audience. WIIFM. The audience needs to know that whatever you are presenting, is it useful for them? You tell them what's in for me. Let them utilize the content, let them utilize what you're trying to tell them. Once they understand what's in for me, they start taking interest in your presentation and you emerge as a brilliant communicator. With that, let me just quickly present my screen to help you understand what exactly we need to do in stakeholder management at workplace. Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Great. At workplace, we come across so many stakeholders. Stakeholders here are nothing but people whom you communicate day in and day out. At my workplace, we communicate in different forms: emails, calls, messages, and also chats. But do you tell you the fact, the most effective communication which I have experienced is calls. Instead of emails, which can lead to miscommunication, a call can be a very effective way of expressing your thoughts and giving the right content to your audience. That this is what I need. And here is the stakeholder who is very, very important at your workplace. But at your workplace, there are different types of stakeholders. There are grumpy, jovial, serious, open minded, and close minded stakeholders. Now, let us break down these stakeholders one by one and how to manage them. So, these are the simple traits. At the left side are the traits of a grumpy stakeholder. These grumpy stakeholders, whenever you're conducting a meeting, they always are filled with negative thoughts, negative ideas. You must have come across these people who are always irritated. Whatever you present, they are always in that irritated mood. They are bad tempered and they do not get tired of complaining. This is not good, that is not good, your presentation lacks the enthusiasm, everything. They are grumpy stakeholders. But how to manage them is something, if you know and learn about it, you will do magic at your workplace. So let us learn the management techniques of these grumpy stakeholders. Number one, if at the meeting they give out a complaining thoughts or are bad tempered, the most effective way of managing these stakeholders is make them feel important. And it works like magic. I had realized that one of the stakeholder in my most of the meetings used to always complain. We don't have the time, you keep on pushing so much of work on me. It is not possible, this timelines are stringent, you don't understand our work, we have so many things to do, we can't give you this particular work at this particular deadline. Slowly I started making this tactic of giving him that importance. What I started doing was, whenever he started complaining, at the meeting itself I started praising him. I said, sir, I understand that it is very, very, very crucial for you to work on different projects all together, and these deadlines are stringent. But we all think that you are the best at this project. And the way you handle the project, no one can. And I'm sure, though this deadline is very stringent, you are amazing at your work and you will deliver it before time. After I started giving him importance, slowly and steadily, I actually saw a shift, a dynamic shift in his perspective towards things, his perspective towards our meetings. He started contributing towards our meetings positively. And yes, not to mention that he started giving us all the data, all the contributions well advanced in time, before the deadlines. So this tactic works magically at your workplace. Start applying it immediately. Make them feel important. Number two, be a good listener. Understand, is the problem a real problem? Can it be worked around? Number three, empathize with them. Don't just neglect whatever they're complaining about. Empathize with them. Make them understand that yes, you know what they feel, how they are feeling. It is very difficult. Empathize with them, but also give them the way out and make the environment light. Try to make the meeting, which is so serious, so boring, little bit humorous by just asking about random questions about vaccines or something which makes that environment light enough so that he or she who is grumpy stakeholder can communicate effectively and without no complaints. So that was my share on a grumpy stakeholder. The next is jovial stakeholder. These stakeholders are the most comfortable stakeholder. They are outgoing, they are happy, they do not succumb under pressure, they are positive, everything. You don't have to think much about jovial stakeholder. But we have a management technique how you can manage these jovial stakeholder always. You, since they are jovial, you do not have to always go on to them for any small request. You approach them only when needed. If you continuously go to them, they turn into a grumpy stakeholder. Just because they are jovial, do not take advantage. You approach them only when needed. Use them to make the discussions light. Also, since they are jovial in nature and they are contributing, appreciate them in the meeting and not after the meeting. And this also works like magic. When you appreciate people during the meeting in front of everybody, they feel important. You appreciate them during the meeting. You inform them of the positive outcomes. You make them understand what is in for them. How are they going to benefit if this project meets its deadline on time? That is how you approach a jovial stakeholder. Next is the serious stakeholder. I am sure many of you must have come across these kind of serious stakeholders at your workplace. These people, they are not grumpy, they don't complain, but they are with a no nonsense mindset, to the point. They are not very approachable, but they do not like excuses. They don't like that, oh, this happened, that is why I couldn't deliver on time. So for them, how are you going to manage? You give them the objective evidence. You schedule the meeting in their calendar because they won't come directly at your meeting. And answers should be non-subjective. You give them a call, you make them understand the importance of their presence, and then you expect them to come for your meeting and give their contribution effectively. That way, this stakeholder, serious stakeholder, will be in your bucket. The next is a open-minded stakeholder. These are also very, very, very easy to handle stakeholders. These are open to give ideas, they give suggestions, they accept, they are tolerant, they are appreciative, and they mainly is that they accept their own faults. And what is their management techniques? You value whatever they are giving their ideas, you value them. And you also try to meet them informally. So the information that they give in informal meetings is something that you can utilize. And practically, I have experienced it. These open-minded stakeholders, they have so amazing ideas with respect to your project, with respect to your overall development and your perspective towards your work. They help you with so many ideas that you become a brilliant stakeholder, you become a brilliant presenter at your workplace. And also a mandatory participant in execution. You make them feel important, that yes, your importance is very, very crucial for your meetings. The last but not the least, the close-minded stakeholder. These stakeholders, they do not open up easily. They succumb under pressure, they have a fixed mindset, and they do not accept any other viewpoint. They have whatever viewpoint they have kept in their mind, that's it. They won't accept whatever you say. So how are you going to manage these kind of stakeholders? For them, as I said earlier, make them feel important. Tell them what's in for me, WIIFM. Have more discussions with them. Add humor in your discussions and appreciate them in front of others. What happens is we take them for so granted, not only close-minded stakeholders, but most of the stakeholders, we take them for granted and we appreciate them when we call them or we message them. But appreciating them there and there itself at the meeting makes them feel important and happy. Even if they don't express it, remember that they are happy that you have appreciated them in front of everybody. And who doesn't like them? So this is the stakeholder grid. Quickly, I won't go deep into it. This is the high power and low importance. So as the power increases and the you need to give the context content setters, the crowd, the defenders, and the key players. This is the grid. As the power increases, they need to be informed limitedly. Only the key pointers needs to be informed, and not the every other stuff of your project. And as the power decreases, you keep them informed of every small things so that they help you in driving your project at your workplace effectively. Now, these are the frequently asked questions whenever you are handling any project at your workplace. The number one is how to align all the stakeholders to the project strategy. So as I told you, the perspective is only one answer. Explain what's in for them and give them the mission. What is the mission for the project and the rewards that's it for the project. Then what are the risks if the stakeholders are not focusing enough? This is a very common complaint at workplace, that if you are driving any project or anything at the workplace, some stakeholders, some person you're working with lose their focus, and then they start focusing on something else, which makes your project to derail. So make them feel important, that this can lead to a project failure. When you make them understand that your perspective, they will come back to their focus. And is the KRA, that the key responsible associate, linking to the project success ratio a viable option? This is a debatable answer. Some will say yes, some will say no. This key responsible associate can be completely completely responsible for your success or no. It can't be a complete yes or no. All right, this was my perspective on stakeholder management at your workplace. I know that I have almost crossed my timelines, but to cover up, let me tell you two major things. The quote which says that when you're presenting at your workplace, fear has two meanings. Number one, either you just get scared and you run away, you're not bothered about what's happening. Or number two, you just fight and rise. So I realized the importance of communicating at workplace, and then I started fighting and rising. You also do the same. Start fighting and start rising. That's my message for all of you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster Sugiri. Thank you.
Let's just have that huge round of applause. I mean, this is so amazing. The when we dive deep into something, that's when we really get to explore and we really get to learn. And your speech, I think, right all throughout, I was using my phone to take a lot of notes. So I'll probably ask you for the slide deck as well. Good thing is that we have it in store in the YouTube channel already. So the speech is out there. So I'm sure a lot of people are going to benefit from this. Thank you so much for that sensational speech, Toastmaster Mariam. Amazing. So weird to address you as Mariam. I mean, I prefer Princey. Okay. Now, let's bring up our second speaker. Our second speaker, before we bring him up, we want to bring up his evaluator. Now, this magical soul, I somehow am at a loss of adjectives to really express. All I can say is that she loves to take every single challenge head on. She loves to travel. She loves to dance. She's good at painting. She can sing. Is there anything that this lady cannot do other than going to the moon? Maybe that's what also she can do. Okay. Let's bring up our homeopathic doctor in the family. Let's bring up Toastmaster Rajeshwari ma'am as our evaluator number 2. Rajeshwari ma'am, could you please read the speech objectives for our upcoming speaker? Over to you.
Yeah, I'm the evaluator for Toastmaster Amlan Banerjee, and he is presenting the level 2 project 1 speech, and pathway is dynamic leadership. And the speech title is Winning It My Way. So it seems to be my slogan, and I'm curious to hear the speech. Let's see whether it resonates with what I mean. I mean it in my life. Let's see. Over to you, Suryadeep, Dr. Suryadeep.
Okay, let's give it up for Rajeshwari ma'am once again. Now, again, I think we really have to get it rolling, that the Toastmaster of the day is supposed to invite and create that hype. So, okay, now talking about our speaker number 2, I remember the first time that I had joined as a Toastmaster somewhere this year back in February. somewhere in the month of March and April, he started joining the club, my previous club, previous home, as a guest. What stood out was his perseverance every single time he took up a table topic. He delivered it with panache, and the use of words, the way he crafted his perspectives in such a unique way, well, everybody in the club were just, awestruck. They just went on listening. He dropped me a text in WhatsApp. Would you like to mentor me? And I said, okay, yeah, definitely. Why not? You are such an amazing speaker already. But what I just completely got awestruck, and I really didn't know how to react, was when he started sending me speeches and the kind of perfection in his vocabulary. He's already won a couple of best speaker awards in various club meetings every single time that he has presented. He's one of the stalwart members of Elite Toastmasters Club, Kolkata. All the way joining us from Kolkata. Let's welcome speaker number 2 of this evening, Toastmaster Amlan Banerjee, winning it my way. Winning it my way. Toastmaster Amlan, the virtual podium is all yours.
So am I completely audible and visible to all of you?
Yeah, and you're looking pretty handsome as well. Over to you.
Thank you. Good evening, all of you. Quite many of you sitting right across the screen. I wish I could catch hold a couple of you. Quite many of you sitting right across the screen might have had several professional experiences in your lives, like experience with your boss, managing any presentation, handling your clients, working with your colleagues, etc., etc. There are so many which you want to reach out to the world and speak. But I can assure you one thing today. Me as an 18-year-old, what I had experienced a couple of years back, not many of you might have experienced that. Well, here's the deal. Let me all begin with a story. It was the penultimate year of my school life where we were taken for a joint group military officers exercise at Air Force Selection Board, Mysore. Now, you might call it as a reputation or impression of mine at school, but I was chosen as a leader to lead a group of 8 candidates. We reached there, and quite unsurprisingly, we found that there were so many other people from different parts of the world, different teams with different leaders, and all having different perspectives. There was a preliminary round which we had to clear of going through, where a very hazy black and white picture was to be put on for like 30 seconds or something. We all had to write an original practical story based on that picture, narrate it out in front of everyone without seeing, and later give an impromptu based on that picture as well. Now, these are one of those events where I noticed that several team members were being very defensive and trying to gain the limelight of the other team members as well. Like, you go, no, you should go. I think you should represent our team. No, you should go, please, go ahead, like this. But this was not the privilege that I enjoyed. I found that when our turn came, I found that more than half of the team was actually fumbling while delivering their stories. But me as a team leader had to have a responsibility, right? We just can't simply go. Like, we can't just simply get ourselves eliminated right from the preliminary rounds. Our only motive was to go through, at least. I knew that I was the best speaker in my group so far. So without asking anybody, I just simply stood up, bold, rigid, walked up to the mic, held the mic and spoke. The results were out. 150 out of the reporting 240 candidates were eliminated. Now the 5-day stay at the Air Force Selection Board. And when it comes to Indian defense, you don't usually complain about the amenities or the, you can say, accommodations that have been offered to you. They are so unique and perfect. Well, most of the candidates chose to play after we were allotted to our rooms. I thought of communicating with other teams. Maybe we can build a rapport with other, especially with other team leaders. Because I believe that, of course, communication is necessary in leadership. The next day was the ground tasks. Now, you must all have seen in several movies like Sher Shah, or you can say Laksh, where soldiers go in dispersed or in scattered troops when there is a shootout or when there is a war. Of course, we were not exactly meant to do that, but we were kind of certain, emulating those kinds of acts and cross obstacles. Now, this was a teamwork which required lots of patience, skills, and especially lots of practical knowledge. Now, these are one of those events where I found that mostly all the team leaders were trying to basically catch the attention of the officers who were judging us by simply being upfront. But I knew this was coming, and this was a blunder that most of them did. I knew the strengths and weaknesses of my team, so I simply changed the lineup of my team based on the skills, who had what kind of skill, where to use, when to use, how to use, and most importantly, what to use. And after arranging the lineup, I found that I am the last person standing in my group. I was like, okay, since this is my experiment, if I can lead up front, I lead from behind, no problem. With so many group captains, wing commanders, flying officers, fighter pilots judging, evaluating us, we did a pretty good job. And even most importantly, at the individual obstacles where we were having a group discussion of where to go, how to go, even we managed to score great. The next 2 days were basically occupied with personal interviews. So it was solely dependent on one's personal performance, I was like kind of relieved for a couple of days of the team pressure that had been building up on me. So I just simply thought of relaxing myself, spend most of the days in basketball or in badminton courts and played table tennis there for the first time. The last day came, the rapid group discussion, where all the teams had to speak within themselves, discuss on any kind of social topic that is going on around us. Now we had to be very clear on this. We could not cut each other's point so any kind of debate or conflict should not arise in any team. We had to take care of that. I knew that. And eventually I thought of simply being assertive and neutral in the group. On that day, we basically acted as a group without any leader. We spoke, all of them got a chance to speak, and most importantly, although there were so many ups and downs, we all managed to get through all our points. The final results were out on the 5th day. Out of the 7 existing teams, Team Sukhoi, yes, that was my team, which I forgot to mention at the beginning. I'm so sorry. Team Sukhoi, out of the 7 existing teams, was the champion throughout the 5-day procedure. Many of my teammates were overjoyed, and so was I, of course. We slogged so hard, we did our homework completely, and we came here. Of course, we will be overjoyed, and so was I. But what taught me on that day, and I kind of got an insight or you can say an introspection about me, that it is that urge to experiment with a team, that innovative style, that inquisitiveness actually carried us through all the 5 days. I also took a very trivial, you may call it a very trivial conclusion, but I drew a very curious conclusion about myself that, of course, assertiveness, or you can say, or even democracy in any kind of leadership is important. But when chances are slim and you are a goal-oriented person, the leaders have to come through, have to come across, take some decisions on their own, take a risk on their own, and carry the team forward. Communication is, yes, important, but what is more important is that how a leader actually analyzes a situation beforehand, what others can't do. Not from the traditional, so-called traditional way of leadership, but what is his own insight, what is his own way, what is his own style of batting on the crease. That is what is important. Well, that's my way of winning. I won it that day. How did you win, Toastmaster of the Day? Over to you. Thank you.
Let's give it up for Toastmaster Amlan, everybody. How did I win? Well, right now, the fact that you are presenting this speech is a win for both of us. In fact, I think tons and tons of learnings. And what's even more special today, I mean, I'll probably start flying because both the speakers are my mentees. And they are, in Hindi, we have the saying called as ek se badkar ek. Each one is better than the other. And today, I think it's just a gala extravaganza of how a sensational speech can be, whether it's 18 to 22 minutes or 5 to 7 minutes. The speakers just took us by storm. So amazing. Now let's just understand. We spoke about the first three XCOM roles, right? The sergeant at arms opens the meeting, takes care. The secretary takes care of the logistics. The treasurer takes care of the money. Now let's come to the three most important XCOM roles, executive committee roles of every club meeting. What I would want you all to really try and understand, where do you fit in? Because the moment you look at it as, okay, there's a role and all those things, but my whole point is to understand, how can I be a part of this and how can I grow and learn from this? So the first is called as the Vice President Public Relations. Now they are responsible for all the beautiful flyers. You see all the write-ups, posting the meeting links, arranging the whole meeting links, opening the Zoom meeting and all those things, reaching out to the people. Public relations, they're reaching out to the people. Then of course you have the Vice President Membership, which is all about introducing themselves, the club, to the guests. So the membership team takes care and helps them be aware of how to become a member, what are the processes involved, talks to them, communicates with them. And of course, you have the Vice President Education, which is also called as the principal of every club. They take care of, when a new member comes in, who is the mentor? What are the pathways to be assigned? Keeping a track. The education, VP Education and his or her entire team takes care of that. You have the mentor pool. Really giving, a particular member is given a mentor so that they can start working with their pathways, with their speeches. All the speeches are in the form of the pathways. That's all about the XCOM role. And of course, finally, we have the president, who is kind of like leads the pack and takes care of every single thing, all in store. Now, in order to know more about it, obviously, before we move on to the whole section, I would want to actually introduce you to something very interesting, something that we're all familiar with, but we're not really aware of much. So that's what I want you to just go through. I hope you're all familiar with this particular platform, isn't it? Give me a thumbs up. Yes. It's called the toastmasters.org. Now, right now, if I'm logging in, first thing I need to do, we all have a member ID and a mail ID, and we have a password. So the first thing we do is we log in. The moment we log in, you will see that it'll say, welcome, Suryadeep. Brilliant. Okay. Now, under this, you have this leadership central section, and you got your resources section. If you go to resources section, you'll have your entire resource library. If you go to resource library, this is when you have all the materials that you need to go through to get every single thing that you want in place. Everything is here. Now, here's what I would do. I will first go to this whole, the category section. You got the club officer kit, you got the club officer tools, you got the club officer training. So what I would do is, I would straight away go to the club officer kit and hit the search bar. The moment I hit the search bar, you can see you got the club leadership handbook. This is the first thing that we need to read. So if I click on this, this is how the club leadership handbook looks. And this one actually has all the things that you need to know in order to really be that member. I mean, be aware of what are the different leadership rules that are available. So you got the content. So as you can see, the content itself gives you all the entire thing. What is the structure of an XCOM of a club? What are the different leadership roles? All those things, every single thing is mentioned here. And you go a little deeper. If we get into the whole process of, let's just say, club officer tools, and I am searching it again, I'm going to get so many more resources. Yeah, I got the brand manual there, which is for PR. The brand manual right here, you can see. Then of course you got all these amazing the resources that is available, given to us completely because of being a part of a member. And of course, at the same time, I have this thing called as a club officer training. When I search the club officer training, this is when I have all these resources that I can go through. Club officer training manual, how to build a healthy team, club, whether it's all these different manuals related to every single executive committee role. So whether you want to be a president, you got a handbook. You want to be a sergeant at arms, you got a handbook. All those things are there. available to us. It's all about downloading them and going through them more and more. So a little more about it we're going to be discussing as we move forward. But right now we have a very, very interesting section. The section will be headed by a very, very special person. A special section by a special person makes complete sense. Our table topic section. What is the table topic section? She'll take over. But right now we want to introduce her. Now this magical soul is the one who got in touch with me just a year back. We started collaborating. We found our first, we created our first online course. She was presenting a speech in this very month, last year, in this very club. And she said, why don't you visit a club, our club? So I visited the club. She turned me into a Toastmaster. She turned me into a TEDx speaker. She turned me into a trainer. She turned me into this division podium finish, whatever achievements. She's a mentor, not just to me. She's a mentor to many, but I'm a little luckier because she's actually chosen to take this a little deeper. She's my partner in life, partner in crime. She's the love of my life. Let's bring up Toastmaster Yogeshwari Sukumaran as the table topic mistress of the evening. Toastmaster Yogeshwari, the virtual podium is all yours.
Thank you so much for that elaborative introduction. So I'm really overwhelmed and I'm so happy because we have a lot of guests over here, and not to mention I have my mentor here, so who is training me in the course that I'm taking up currently. I have her as well here. But before bringing all the guests and all our dear members and the newcomers and the future Toastmasters, let me explain what is Table Topics is all about. Table Topics is a session where you will be given a topic on spot and you will be given 2 minutes to speak upon. So I would request our guests and our members to participate in it, because this is a session which you will not want to miss out. This will be a fun-filled session. You can take up topics you can speak on. So what are the guidelines to speak? You will be given 2 minutes and our timer will be taking care of the timing. At the first minute, you will be shown a green card. At the second minute, which is at the 1 minute 30 second, you will be shown an yellow card. And at the end of 2 minutes, you will be shown red card. After which a 30 second of grace time will be given to wrap up the speech. So now how it will happen, I will call out our members as well as our guest one by one, and you can nominate yourself in the chat as well. I will pick up names from the chat as well as I will also welcome our guest in a random manner, and I will give the topic. You can take first 30 seconds to think about the topic and then start with your speech. So this is how it will be. Let me call the Toastmasters first so that the guest will have a clear idea about how to go about it. So our table topic queen, Uma ma'am, are you ready for the first topic? Great. Okay. So here is your topic. Timer, kindly note the time is 1 to 2 minutes. So Toastmaster Uma Natraj, your topic is, if you were a walking dictionary and you have a vision to help people in memorizing the words that you have in you, how would you do that? And what will be the creative method you will come up with? If I'm repeating the topic, if you were a walking dictionary and you have a vision to help people to memorize the words that you have in you, how would you do that? And what will be your creative method? Toastmaster Uma Natraj, the stage is yours.
Walking dictionary Uma. Have you heard about her? Yes, what an interesting topic I have got, and very apt. I remember that I started the phrase of the day in a few WhatsApp groups and also in the SAG family. So that gives me a lot of joy, and people identify me with saying, Uma ma'am, your phrase of the day is so nice. We learn a lot from you. It would be brilliant if I can be a walking dictionary too. Why not? And as I walk, people will say, see, that is walking dictionary Uma. Every day she gives out a new word with a meaning, and she also posts it in the groups. And she teaches even children how to use it in their daily conversation. And learning a word is not enough. You know what she does? She makes us use it in our daily conversation. That is what we need, because many people say that you can learn one word a day and you will learn 30 words by the end of the month. But what if you do not use it in your daily conversation? So I insist, if I were a walking dictionary, and I got an idea now from Yogi that I will be a walking dictionary very soon, and I will be putting the words daily, maybe in the SAG family also, and in the WhatsApp groups. And I will be using it in my daily conversation, and also insist that people use the word, so that they will get familiarized with that word. So that will be my creativity, and I will tell them, use it as much as possible so that you get familiarized with that word. In that way, even if you learn one word a week, it is enough. But be very familiar with that word so that you are confident about it. Thank you for the opportunity.
Let's give a round of applause for Toastmaster Uma Natraj. That was a wonderful take. I loved it. And I also loved you changing your name completely as Walking Dictionary Uma. That was brilliant and creative. There's a phrase that I know. If you want to tell something to someone, do it by showing them how to do. Don't just give a lecture. So that is what you personify. Thank you so much for that. Now the chat is open for all. Kindly nominate yourself. If you wanted to go next, please drop your name. I'll look into the chat. I'll call you. And also, as a grammarian, I would request all of you to use the word of the day, which is bureau. I'm putting it again for the benefit of everyone. So kindly use the word of the day, bureau. And if you use the word of the day, I'll give you some special brownie points. Okay, so let me call my second speaker. Who do I have any volunteer, or should I call? Do I have? Okay, we have Satya Narayanan, sir. Okay. Your topic is, what is your biggest day-to-day challenge that you struggle with? Toastmaster Satyanarayanan, what is your biggest day-to-day challenge that you struggle with? The stage is yours.
Like others, my biggest challenge, which I face every day, is one of my biggest things. As a person, I'm also a mentor, and I used to do a lot of psychiatric analysis. So as a person, I am a very fast talker. I speak very quickly. I understand quickly. So my mental design is something, I process data very, very fast, and I expect others to respond accordingly. When people go slow, I feel it a lot of boringness, a lot of boredom. So once this awareness come to me through my assessment via my mentor, there is a conscious action to slow myself down to other space. In other words, this is not simply awareness. This is about empathetic to others around you. When you sink in with the other person which you are interacting daily, you become part of their story. And our success and our happiness in life is not all about ourselves. It is about others. So yes, we struggle with a lot of things every day, but yes, there is also a way. When we consider those strengths and those weaknesses of ours, we can do always better. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that take. Yes, you have actually included your personal story with the topic, and you have given us a great lesson. Thank you so much for that, Toastmaster Satyanarayanan. Now let me look at the chat and call our speaker who is a guest, Smita Kadam. Ma'am, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, great. So your topic for the day is...
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are loud and clear. If you were given an opportunity to color your world, what color will you choose and why? I repeat the question. If you were given an opportunity to color the world, color your world, what will the color be and why? The stage is yours.
Yeah, thank you so much. So, what do you like to have? Sweet, sour, little bit salty? What kind of a food you will like to have in your dish daily? I'm asking it daily. Is there any answer?
I would love variety.
Not. Yes. So exactly the picture which I would like to color or my life will be colorful. Same way that we love to have all kind of a food, all kind of a taste in our life. No matter whatever comes to my dish, definitely I'll be there to welcome it gracefully, with confidence, with love, compassion, because it's life. No one has a straight line, or no one could have that kind of a life, because your heart is also beating in up and down. It's like that. So for my life, or for other lives, I would think that color, all kind of a colors, 7 colors, rainbow should be there, just to have all just to get the all flavors in life. That's all from my side. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That was a brilliant take, Smita ma'am. Yes, variety is the spice. Yeah, I guess I'm right. Variety is the spice of life. Yeah. So we would prefer different colors rather than having a monochrome in our own world, because it's our world and we love to enjoy that. Thank you so much for that take. And next up, I think I have Mukta ma'am in line, and then Rajeshwari ma'am, I'll call you next. I hope it's okay. Yeah. So Mukta ma'am, your topic is, if your life is a story, what would be its title and why? If your life is a story, what would be its title and why? Toastmaster Muktagira, the stage is yours.
Okay. Am I audible? If my story is life, then what will be my title? I love titles because they are at the top of everything. So being at the top is my motto. So my title is team commitment. I would like to go for teamwork, and then at the like on the cake, on the icing, all teamwork will do the work and I will be heading them. So my title is like this. So teamwork I will go and then head them up with my icing capacities. So this is my story, that but for teamwork, I need two things. We have to commit ourselves and listen to everybody, and with responsibility, not just take the credentials of anybody, but we have to give them credit also. So I will be giving credit also. So, but like president of the of anything. President is like a icing. I would like cake and icing things. So I love this, and I think I will go for this. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much, Mukta ma'am. Okay, so team work is important, and the way you took it in a humorous way, that actually made us laugh. Thank you so much for that. And next up, we have Dr. Rajeshwari Rapita. And your topic is, if this is funny, okay. So if Ralph C. Smedley, who is the founder of Toastmaster, comes to you and tells you to add a caption to this meeting, what will the caption be and why? So I repeat the question. If Ralph C. Smedley comes to you and tells you to add a caption to this meeting, what will the caption be and why? Toastmaster Rajeshwari Rapata, the stage is yours.
Wonderful. Coming to the caption, I love captioning. So while you said that Toastmaster Ralph, if he comes and asks me to caption this meeting, it would be the caption would be the XCOM Bureau. XCOM Bureau, because our theme too resonates, and where Dr. Suryadeep discussed about all the XCOM members' roles, and he explained about everything. And our theme is also the bureau, isn't it? The word is bureau. So I would prefer to keep the caption, today's caption, as the XCOM Bureau. So that would be wonderful. And today, I think next meeting onwards, our members are going to change, and it would be a remembrance of the last meeting, I think so. So that would be the answer to this question and the theme. That's all. Over to you, Toastmasters.
Thank you so much. Let's give a round of applause. She actually used the word of the day, and also she blended it with her topic and with the team. That's so amazing. Thank you so much for that wonderful take. And next up, I have my mentor here. Simarpreet ma'am, are you ready to take up a topic? Oh yeah, she's here glowing. Okay. So your topic is, if you were given a second chance, what is the one thing that you would like to change in your life? If you were given a second chance, what is the one thing that you would like to change in your life? Guest Simarpreet, the stage is yours.
Yeah, thank you so much, Yogeshwari. It has been a very enriching experience being here on this, maybe speaking bureau Toastmaster. I can say I've tried to use it. And both of you, Yogeshwari and it's a pleasure hearing both of you. You people are so encouraging, and the twinkle in your voice, that smile in your voice, that is so contagious. It makes you just keep smiling and hearing on. So coming back to the topic, that if I'm given a second chance, what would I like to change in my life? Well, I would say that I don't need a second chance. I'm getting it every day. Whenever I wake up every day, I feel it's a new life and I've got a chance to change everything about it. And what I feel is every day I'm living a life what I want to and what I want to make it, and I'm striving towards it. Things are moving because whatever we send into the universe, it comes back. And if I'm sending positivity and motivations and striving, I have a goal in my life and I'm striving to move towards it, I feel that yes, it's a productive day. And every day it's a new life, it's a new chance. I'm getting it every day. So I don't have to ask for it. I wake up in the morning and it's a new life every day. And I get a chance to do it. And this new platform, wow, I'm so happy to be a part of it. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Yogesh.
As I know her personally, and I've been walking with her for past 25 days, whatever she spoke, I am the witness that she is walking that. She first does and then she tells. She don't even tell, she shows it, like this is the way that you have to live. And her take on the topic, which is, even if a second chance is given, I don't have anything to do with it because every day is an opportunity and I'm using it. So this hits me because I am a person who let go of the opportunity. And thank you so much for attempting the topic and giving a huge knowledge. Simarpreet ma'am, thank you so much for being here. And next up we have our Toastmaster CJ Joy. Are you ready, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so the topic for you is, okay, if you were given the authority to design your life, how will you design it? I repeat the topic. If you were given the authority to design your life, how will you design it? Toastmasters Tijo Joy, the stage is yours.
Very shortly, we heard that every day is a new life for us. In a similar way, I also feel every day when we are getting up, we are planning our day and executing our day according to our wish and our freedom that God has given to us. So if we are planning and designing our day well, the day ends up well. Or if we are not planning it, then we may be in a spot where we will be wasting our time or may not be doing a productive work for the day. So whenever today, I feel that the opportunity is always with us, but we are not aware about it and not making use of this opportunity to the fullest. So when we start having this awareness and start feeling our power, we will be able to deliver our life in a better design and a better productive output. So I urge all of you to think about that and what about our Toastmasters? What do you think about this? Thank you.
Thank you so much for that wonderful take, Toastmasters Ijo Joy. Yes, I agree that if we plan our life better, we actually are designing our life. Thank you so much for that amazing lesson. Now it's my turn to invite all the guests. I'm not letting you go until you speak. Okay, so let me first invite Toastmaster Amlan. Are you there? Can we go for a topic? Toastmaster Amlan. Yes, okay.
Yes.
So your topic for the day is, this is slightly different, okay? I'm not going to give you a question. I will start with a phrase and you will continue with the story. Hope I'm clear. Yeah? I will start with a phrase, you will continue the story, okay?
All right, okay.
Yeah. So the phrase is, the day I met. The day I met. Toastmaster Amlan, the stage is yours.
The day I met myself was not just a day that came all across through, like all of a sudden I just woke up and found that, okay, this is the day I found myself, or this is the day, or I woke up all of a sudden and it's like, oh, okay, this is Amlan. It's not that. The day I met myself was actually the culmination of several days of the past. There were several incidents, like in my life, you can say challenges in my life that I had to face. And it had a great impact on my academic career as well. It basically happened at the beginning when I was at the beginning of class 12, when I was at the final year of my school. And that phase, or that it is quoting from the book by James Clear. It's called A Valley of Disappointment. So that was like a valley of disappointment that I was traveling through, like a desert. And that continued for like 6 or 7 months. I was like lost completely. You know, all of a sudden it was like things were becoming so boring, everything, all this and that. But then I came across this book, this very book by James Clear, Atomic Habits. Now, I would personally recommend all of you to read this book, of course, and several other interviews from YouTube and all and everything. And I started feeling a drastic change, slow, steady, but a drastic change within myself within the days that I was encountering actually. Slowly and steadily, my vision became clearer. Now, the Amlan that I had actually met before I started my journey through the valley of disappointment, and the Amlan I met after I crossed the valley of disappointment was totally different, completely two different people. I joined Toastmasters after I completed this journey, this phase at the beginning of 2021. Most importantly, I felt that now I started having a control of myself, to be honest. I started having control of the days, of my feelings, my emotions, my time, most importantly. And things slowly began taking back its own shape. Not the previous one, not the previous trajectory that it left behind before I came to this valley, but all of a sudden a new one, completely new from the scratch. So that is when I found myself. The title could have been The Day I Met That Book, but no, The Day I Met Myself. Over to you, table topic master.
That's a powerful take. I really loved it. I thought when I gave you this title, I thought like the day I met someone, maybe your girlfriend, but you actually made me, I was blown away when I heard that the day I met Amlan. Amazing. Thank you so much. And now I would like to call upon Toastmaster Nabamita Sarkar for the table topic. Toastmaster Nabamita Sarkar, are you ready? Okay, she's not even listening to me. Toastmaster Nabamita Sarkar, are you? Okay, so let me call, I will ping her personally. Toastmaster Nabamita Sarkar, am I audible? Okay, she is not even listening to me. Now, let me move to Toastmaster Princy Mariamma Charles. She has.
Sorry. Yeah, Yogi.
Okay.
Are you calling me? Extremely sorry.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, so your title will also be. Okay, so could you please adjust your camera? Yeah, great. So your topic will also be in the same pattern. I will start with a phrase and you have to continue that. Okay, are you ready? Is it clear?
Okay,
I will start.
Is it your story type
Yeah. Any story, you just have to continue that. I will start with a phrase and you have to continue that.
Okay.
So here you go. Did you know that I once? Did you know that I once? Toastmaster Nabamita Sarkar, the stage is yours.
I
once upon a time. Did you know that I once?
Did you know that I once imitating, copying the style of my educational teacher, school teacher at the age of 16, and I have done that blunder in the school, and because of that I have paid a lot of punishment. I have faced a lot of punishment from that school teacher. I imitated her style among of all the students in my class, and because of that one of the very studious student reported about that to that particular teacher. Because of that, that teacher called me one day in the classroom alone, and she started to tell me, you have to show me how you imitated my style. You have to show me. Immediately, I was so confident, and I have shown how I imitated her style. That was so amusing and funny. But that day, it was decided that I am very much confident about what I have done, whatever the action I have done in my life. Because no matter the teacher, what she had punished me, had she gave me any less mark in my subject or not, that I didn't care. But I was very confident and very honest towards my action. That proved that day. But thanks God and grace of God, that teacher didn't less my mark, and I have obtained a particular mark according to my study, according to my hard work. So dear all the Toastmaster, I always suggest you, be yourself. Just try to be honest. Whatever the action you have done, never to be lie to anybody. Thanks everybody. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that beautiful story, Toastmaster Navamita Sarkar. Now, our last table topic speaker is here. And let me call her up, the beautiful lady, Toastmaster Mariamma Charles. Are you ready to take up the table topics?
Hello.
Yes, Princey ma'am, are you ready to take up the table topics?
Yes.
Okay, great. So your topic is, this is a question. Which is more important, human body or human mind? Which is more important, human body or human mind? The stage is yours, Toastmaster Mariamma Charles.
I remember when I was small, I always dreamed after watching the Aladdin. There is this, after rubbing the lamp, a blue genie will come out and ask me, Hukum, kya hukum hai mere aaka? I always thought that I should get this magical lamp, which after rubbing, this blue magical genie would come out and ask me this question, so that I can ask anything in any way, whether it's a chocolate, sweets, or anything. But later on, I realized that the true magic and the true wisdom, the true money lies in the wisdom that is there in the mind, the books. Over the years, I've realized that I've lost so much of time in not reading books, which is the source of knowledge. So your mind is the main treasure. The more you read the books, the more you get knowledge, the insights of all the magical souls out there in the world. You get their knowledge, you get those insights in those books. And after reading those experiences through those books, the mind gets enriched, the mind gets the fuel to grow and grow more. So yes, my answer is your mind is the best source of all the magic that happens around you. And the source for it is nothing but books. Start reading books, even if you are whatever age you are, start reading books so that your brain grows and develops and get the insights of the best brains in the world, because they have stored in so much of experience that they have gained in their life. That's my answer for you. What is your answer? Over to you, Toastmaster Yogeshwari.
Thank you so much for that wonderful take and throwing the question back to me. Yes, I'm the only person who didn't speak today. What is my answer? Obviously, mind is the best gift that we have. And as you said, you actually took me back to the days where I watched Aladdin and wished I would have a genie like that. Obviously, we all have a genie here in between our ears. So if we make use of it, we will also get whatever we want. And thank you so much for that. Now with this, it's not that I ran out of topic, but I ran out of members to speak. So I'm handing over the session to the Toastmaster of today, Dr. Suryadeep Majumdar.
I have not spoken.
Oh.
I have not spoken, ma'am.
I'm so sorry. Okay, so would you like to take up a topic?
Yeah, sure. But because I'm the timer.
Yeah,
someone-
I'll time you, Pravat sir. Not a problem.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so here is your topic, Toastmaster Pravat Ranjan Behra. Your topic is, what is the most unusual thing in your wallet or pocket or purse right at this moment? What is the most unusual thing in your wallet or pocket or purse right at this moment? The stage is yours, Toastmaster Pravat Ranjan.
Good evening. I have a 20 rupees coin in my pocket. First time I got it from a colleague in my branch because that is the only piece I got. I am not able to use it because I don't want to part it away, and I can't also give it to anyone, though I want to. And like this is a similar analogy to in our life, that very often we have much valuable and precious things that we think we have with us, neither if we use it nor we share with anyone in life. So this gives an important lesson to us that whatever we have with us right now, let's make best use of it. And at the same time, we can also share part of it with others, so that when others feel happy, that gives back much more pleasure to us to rejoice in life. This happens all through the life in different stages. When we are young enough, we can part with our efforts and part of our energy. And when as we grow up, we can share part of our wisdom and money. And when we really grown up old, we can share a part of our wealth and wisdom also. So not having an unusual thing with us also at times makes us conscious that I am in possession of this thing, but maybe I am not able to use it. So this is the right time, present moment is the right time to make use of the most unusual thing that we are possessing right now. First of all, be aware. Second, let's make use of it. Next, at least share with others so that others can also make use of it. Thank you very much for giving me a chance.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Pravat Ranjan, for that amazing financial advice. And thank you so much. And I'm so sorry for missing you out. I didn't see the chat. I was in a hurry just because we are running out of time. And without any further ado, let me hand over the stage to our Toastmaster of the day. Let's welcome him with a round of applause. Toastmaster Suryadeep, the stage is yours.
Let's give it up for Toastmaster Yogeshwari. As always, she's so amazing with whatever she does. She's playing a lot of multiple roles behind the scenes as well. Okay, so yeah, Pravat sir, I'll just text you your timing in some time. Okay, now finally, elections, different XCOM roles done. Question is, how and why should you nominate yourself? Well, Toastmasters is not just a platform to enhance your public speaking. It gives you an opportunity to explore leadership. Being a part of a team, working together, taking the club to the next level. You see, every single club is a club because of its members. Over the last 1 year, we have been obsessed by turning this little family into a president's distinguished status. Guess what? We are the only third club in the entire district to hit 9 DCP points. Tomorrow, we're going to hit number 10 as well because of our officers training. So download all the resources that is available in the Toastmasters portal, read them through, fine-tune, finalize what is that role that you want to really dive deep into. Get associated with the XCOM role in some way or the other. In the club, we are going to be identifying these different teams, the different wings. Let's all support the club together by taking little roles and grow together. Leadership is all about those little things. When those little things are taken care of, the club grows. When the club grows, we grow. It's also the other way around. When we grow, we help the club grow. That was all that I had, the presentation for today. Now, straight away, let's get into the evaluation section. Let's welcome our dearest general evaluator, Toastmaster Mukta ma'am. Mukta ma'am, the virtual podium is all yours.
Okay.
Now we have come to the evaluation portion of our meeting.
Mukta ma'am, just sorry for interruption. I'm posting the ballot, which is polling link in the chat. I request all our members and guests to vote for your favorite speaker in both prepared speeches as well as in table topic speeches. And Mukta ma'am, please carry forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have now come to evaluation portion of our meeting. This is extremely important part of our meeting as it provides the speaker who gave prepared speeches tonight with instantaneous feedback. Now I would like to call our first evaluator, Toastmaster Namita Sarkar, to evaluate Toastmaster Mariamma Charles' speech. Please carry.
Thank you very much, T. Modi. Good communication is the bridge between confusion and clarity. I think many of us, with me, resonate with the meaning of this quote with the first speaker's speech, communication at my workplace. Toastmaster Mariamma Charles, what an informative and demonstrative speech I have encountered by your excellent presentation today. To give my short and crispy evaluation of your lengthy speech, I would like to give attention on 3 points. Number 1, your speech was wonderfully articulated. When you started by your struggling, when you were giving your speech among of 22 people in the Operation Excellence and also presentation to COO, you have encountered that you have some fear in communication. That struggling part wonderfully articulated. Then the body, where you have mentioned every method about COP method, credibility, opportunity, personality, and BOLT method, bottom line on top, then WIIFM, what is for me. Wonderfully, you have explained that methods which were very informative. And then again, you also researched about all the stakeholders, traits and tactics. That was also elaborated wonderfully by the slides. And the conclusion, how you overcome from your fearing in communication. Really wonderful. Kudos to you. Then the second part, your cool and calm presentation with the smile and right kind of pause and appropriate eye contact along with rhetorical questions. Really, it's engaging all the audience's attention. And the third part of your presentation was your total speech was quite relevant with the purpose of the project. It was really informative and keynote speaker speech. Coming to give you the recommendation to make you a better speaker, I would like to draw your attention in 3 points. Number 1, if you could add some role playing to show the different kind of stakeholders character, that would be more engaging for the audiences. And number 2 point, if you could, today I have seen your energy were a little bit less and the lack of your emotions of the words. So if you could add this kind of thing, that would make your speech wonderful. To summarize my speech, I would like to say that your speech is wonderfully informative, but as per the delivering the project, purpose of the project, as per your cool and calm organized delivery and the wonderful presentation by your theoretical questions and all. It could be better by your standing presentation. It could be better by your emotional expression towards the words and also the role playing of all the stakeholders. Congratulations to you for your upcoming better speech. I feel that my evaluation will work for you. Thank you very much. Over to TM Modi.
Next, I would love to call our second evaluator, Toastmaster Dr. Rajeshwari, to evaluate Toastmaster Aman's speech.
Amlan Banerjee, when you started with the speech, you started it with a question. And you said that you want to hold all the professionals in the audience who are sitting in front of you. you wish you could hold. And rightly said, you held us by the question. And your way of speech was very natural. And the story you visualized, you made us visualize it. And when you said that 150 eliminated, woof, it was just like a natural communication. You had a well-structured speech. You had split it into 3 parts. Then you also showed how leading up front and then leading from behind. Both were innovative, it was an innovative concept. Then when you said that Team Sukhoi was ahead, and you said, oh, I just remembered it. I forgot to tell it initially. I don't know whether it was a mistake done purposely. Yeah, it is said that unapologetically, imperfectly perfect. Yeah, so it was a perfect mistake and it made the speech more beautiful and natural too. Now, these are the beautiful things which I noted from your speech. And the voice, it was very natural, clear and audible. The eye contact you have maintained continuously throughout the speech, and the body language, the gestures, the speech structure and the content itself, and all the things were very beautifully said. Coming to the recommendations, I don't at all find anything to recommend there. But yet, if you would have stood up, I think that would have made impact. But still, it's online, so it's considered to be okay. So these are the beautiful things which I noted, and you are a very amazing speaker. That's all I wanted to say. And when you ended the speech with a question, what is your opinion? What is your way of winning? Yeah, so that boggled our mind, and it made us hooked out throughout. And at the final part of your speech, it made us question ourselves. Wonderful and amazing. Over to you, Toastmasters.
Thank you, all evaluators. Now I would like to call for tag team for reports. Tag team, please carry on.
Before that, Madam General Evaluator, just a small request. I have posted polling link for the best evaluator of the day. Kindly click on to the link and choose your favorite evaluator. Thank you so much, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Okay, now tag team, we will continue with the polling matter. Tag team, timer, R counter, and grammarian, please present your reports.
Pravat sir, I hope you have to start with the timer report.
Yes. It is said that the best thing that you can give to someone is time, because time is life, time is energy. So it is a more to manage this time, in other words, implies to manage our energy and to manage our life. Good evening, all the participants and the Toastmaster of the day. And let me share the time taken by the respective participants while completing their respective speeches. So for the first speaker, Mariama Charles, she took 23.50 minutes. Is my screen visible to all? Thank you. Mariama Charles took 23.5 minutes, and Amlan Banerjee took 7.32 minutes, just a little away from the threshold. And all regarding the table topic speakers, most of the speakers completed their speech within 2 minutes, except Amlan Banerjee and Navamita Sarkar, who took 2.47 minutes and 2.04 minutes respectively. And regarding the evaluation, Navamita Sharkar took 3 minutes 47 seconds, while Dr. Rajeshwari took 2.25 minutes. And wishing all to improve, I mean, all those participants who are in rate, they are requested to take note of this so that the next time they can improve their performance. That's all from my side, and over to you, Toastmaster.
Counter. Our counter, Toastmaster Sijo, please carry on.
Yes, I'm trying to share my screen. Give me a minute. Yeah, hope my screen is visible enough for all. Hello, is it? I've shared my screen. Is it
Yes,
visible?
yes, screen is visible,
Okay,
sir. Please
thank you.
proceed.
Yeah, so this is the report for the counter for today. This is what I could note in this period of time. I might have missed something, but more or less, this is what I could record. Starting with Suryadeep, Dr. Suryadeep, who is the TMOD for the day, 1 hour, 1 time, and but once, and really the other words that I could see mostly repeated in this in the speeches what he talked about. For the general evaluator, Mukta ma'am, 3 times 3 times so, 1 time but, and sometimes it was quite observed that I think was being coming up multiple times. For Toastmaster Yogeshwari ma'am as grammarian as well as the table topic master, 6 times 1 time so once, and I think is something that can be checked on. Toastmaster Parvat, 1 time so once, and like once, and is something can be checked on. For myself, I could record 4 times and 1 time so. This I've missed because I could not observe my speech. This is what I could recollect from my speech. So this may have to be improved as such. For Navamita ma'am as the evaluator and the table topic, there are I noted 4 times and because of that getting repeated. Toastmaster Mariama Charles, I recorded well once, so multiple times, but once, and the words like I was. So let me tell you, basically can be checked on. Rajeshwari ma'am, 3 times 1 time so, and the words have been added to multiple times. Toastmaster Amlan, 3 times so 3 times, like 3 times, and but 2 times I found now that are the words that kept repeating. Toastmaster Satya Narayan, 3 times 1 time and so once. Toastmaster Uma ma'am, 2 times 2 times, but once, and that are the words. Guest speaker Smita ma'am, 5 times sound once and so once, because just 2 are the words that can be checked on. Just Samiran Preet ma'am, I could not note much rather than that is what I want to say. So overall, I think we have been improving. If we can note of these minor things, we can have a better speech as we go forward. Thank you. Over to you, and I value it.
It was so nice of you. Now I would like to call our grammarian Yogeshwari.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. Pardon for the sound from my end. So let me share the screen. Okay, hope my screen is visible. I couldn't move this. Just give me a second. Okay, so coming to the word of the day, we have two speakers. Rajeshwari ma'am used the word of the day thrice, and our guest Samarpreet ma'am used the word of the day once. Let's applaud the two speakers who used the word of the day. In coming to the good usage, let me first put the good usage, and then we'll move to the not so good usage. There are loads and loads of good usage we had today. Today is a fruitful and a wonderful meeting. Let me quickly run through it. The words used by Dr. Suryadeep are groove. I am so sorry I couldn't note the names of others. I hope the first speaker to start with, BODUM, the COP, which is an acronym, BLOT, blot, which is another acronym, expressing the thoughts, stakeholders, grumpy, jovial, open and close-minded, dynamic shift, swift shift, tactics, empathize with them, appreciate people in front and not after the meeting, winning, and then moving forward to our second speaker, using words such as, or the phrases such as, his title is very catchy, which is noteworthy, winning it my way, right across the screen, reputation, hazy, repo, ground task, emulating, cross obstacles, upfront, blundered, assertive, slogged, leading the pack. And moving forward, I think these are the words that are used by our different table topic speakers: drastic, value of disappointment, articulate, well-structured, innovative. Now coming to the not so good usage, today is a fantastic meeting. I couldn't find much of corrections, but still whatever I found, I've just made note. First one, boring thing or boringness can be rephrased by tedious, task, or weary. Number two, learn on your communication can be made better by work on your communication. These are the last three are pronunciation. Today can be pronounced as today. Informative, I think I'm not that, I didn't imitate it correctly, but still the right pronunciation is informative. And the next word, the right pronunciation is rhetorical. These are from my end. Thank you so much, and back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Yes. Now I would like to share my views on the total team. First, I would like to speak about our TMOD, TM Suryadeep. His title was very powerful. Success leave clues is astounding. The title itself expressed that people who produce outstanding results create powerful tools. Your way of expressing your thought is itself unique and productive. And the way you mentor the mindset of new Toastmaster is fantastic. You have explained all the roles in expounding way. For both the evaluators, I would love to add that they were phenomenal evaluators with their friendly evaluation. They brought out the extraordinary possibilities to improve. The strategy of pointing out the flaws or the strength was very impressive. The way you replicate the same expression as your speaker is skillful. Your evaluation was very detailed and insightful. Both the speakers have expressed themselves very confidently. The vocal variety was full of amazeballs. Speeches were persuasive to further the mental apparatus. Admirable and thoughtful topics. The 1 minute pause by Toastmaster Mariamma in the start was very impressive way to grab the attention of audience. Your both stories had great content which helped you to take extra mile in your life. Your core message of COP and blot method might help others to grow as well. Your stunning, adorable, and radiant smile inspires others. Presenting slide in your speech and expressing what is in your mind is peculiar. You have within your strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars to change the world. Toastmaster Amlan, your courage and quick decision making was remarkable. Your stress on communication and your way of communication and giving everyone opportunity to express themselves in the last round is marvelous. In short, it was an accelerating speech. You are a goal-oriented person and have a powerful voice which keeps everyone focused on your speech. For the tag team, I would like to add they have done a very outstanding job. Fine-tuning with Toastmaster will bring fantastic results. Yogi, our Toastmaster, table talking master, was fantastic. Her masterly skills will help us to develop the full teamwork, and with your effort, we all will grow. She has upgraded our inner qualities. All table topics were big win to boost our confidence. Democracy in a club has strengthened the bridge with your efforts and your efforts only. Now I would like to hand over the podium to Toastmaster Suryadi.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. He's not there. He has another meeting, so he left. Let me take over. And I am so thankful for all of you being here. So let me post the link for the best role player, primary as well as auxiliary role player. Kindly share your voting, and then we'll come back to the guest introduction. Kindly share your votes, and let me hand over the session to our immediate past president, who is here after a long time. I'm not taking the guest feedback and guest introduction, so I'm handing over the session to him, and also because of the background noise from my end. Toastmaster Anand, kindly take over.
So let's just say Thank you so much, Yogi. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Many of you would have seen me. So the reason for joining in this meeting is just I would like to announce election for the next executive committee members for our club. So the election will be held on next Saturday. Am I audible? I'm sorry.
Yes, you are clear.
Okay. I think Toastmaster Suryadeep would have explained very well about XCOM members and their rules. Can anyone share what he has said, at least short and sweet, like in a crispy manner? You can share something. Anyone, what he has said? Anyone?
Yeah, Toastmaster Anand,
Yes.
he shared about the different roles that are available for voting and the major duties for each role that they have to play in the club, actually.
Okay.
He gave a general idea on that.
Okay, I think he would have shared the roles and responsibility for president, vice president, education, sergeant at arms, treasurer, secretary, BP membership, and BP.
Yes, he has covered all
BP
those.
public relations. Okay, fine. Anyone is having some doubt, or anyone is having queries on this, please let me know so that I can take from that point. I could see 1 minute. I could see Mukta ma'am. Do you have any queries on the XCOM roles?
Satisfied.
Oh, okay, fine. Toastmaster Sujosai, you have any queries? Fine.
No, I have no queries. I think you already.
Okay, fine. That's good. That's fine. Fantastic. So I assume that he has explained a lot of things for the XCOM roles. Okay. We have announce the due date for applying the position for the particular position by tomorrow, end of tomorrow. Please, if anyone has not applied, please apply for that, so that we will have election in the coming Saturday in our meeting. So we will be selecting based on the names which you provided, based on the nomination which you have done it. Okay. For example, for a particular post, for example, sergeant at arms, if two person have nominated, then there will be a election will be held. There will be a voting process in the Zoom. Each one has to prepare. They have to provide the campaign speech for 2 minutes from each side. So, for example, if Mukdamam is contesting for sergeant at arms and Umam is also contesting for the sergeant at arms, then you have to provide the speech for 2 minutes each from you. So that's a campaign speech you have to provide during that voting time. So if there is only one person as nominated, definitely there will be no election. Then they will be selected for the particular position. These are the major rules I would like to share. I wanted to share. And Yogi, please make sure that our club has 27 members. Okay. Okay, in that we need to have 51% of members should be available for meeting on the particular day. So please make sure on that. So excluding me, there will be 26 members. So at least 14 members, minimum 14 members to be available for that particular election on that day. So please make sure that. Apart from that, Umamam, please make sure your availability so that you have to cast the vote for the members. I mean, when I provide the nomination, you have to cast the vote on particular person. So please make sure on your availability on the particular day.
Anand, sorry for interruption.
Yeah.
Certificates are ready. So
Yeah,
let me
please.
share the screen
Yeah,
and
please.
please do the honors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's my pleasure.
Sorry for the delay. Just give me a minute.
No worries. No worries. Hope you have shared to me also. Otherwise, shall I share? Yogi?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Yeah,
I have
okay.
shared to you as well.
Yeah, okay, fine. Then I'll share. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, is my screen visible now? Is my screen visible, Yogi?
Yes, sir. It's
Okay,
visible.
fine. Yeah, the best primary role player goes to Toastmaster Mukta ma'am. Congratulations to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
The best auxiliary role player goes to Toastmaster Yogeshwari. Congratulations to you, Yogi. The best speaker goes to, yeah, okay. It's shared by both of the speakers, Toastmaster Mariamma Charles and Toastmaster Amlan Banerjee. Congratulations to both of you. Okay, the best evaluator goes to Toastmaster Nambamida Sarkar. Ma'am, congratulations to you. The best table topic speaker goes to Toastmaster Amlan Banerjee. Congratulations to you. That's all from my side with respect to best role players of today's meeting. Apart from that, let me come back to the election for the next week. As I said, Yogi, please make sure for that attendance percentage. And if no one has nominated for the particular position, please try to nominate by end of tomorrow. Okay, even you can nominate at the floor also. So please make sure if you're interested, you can go through all the details of the particular roles and position. You can nominate at the floor itself. Also, you can nominate. That's not a problem. So if there are two or more people are appearing, definitely there will be a voting procedure will be there. And also please make sure for the speech. Apart from that, nothing from my side. If any queries, you can call me, or if you have any queries right now, you can you can ask me.
So Toastmaster, another one question.
Yeah.
Is that one person can be nominated for multiple positions, or one person can always go for one position?
Yeah, one person can nominate for one position. One person can nominate for only one position. Okay. For example, I am the one who is nominating for president. Okay. The first will be called for the president position. So I cannot even nominate even in the floor for the other position. Hope you understand. Okay.
Okay. So one person can only nominate for one role also.
Yes, that's what. I'm the one who is nominating for president for in the election. Okay, the first it will be called for the president role. Okay, the nominee chair will invite the president. Okay, after that I cannot apply for, or I cannot nominate for VP education or any position which is available in the ExCom.
But this is self nomination. I think you also mentioned about we can nominate others also, right?
Yes, you can nominate others also. For example, you know that Toastmaster Yogi is doing well. You can, if you want to nominate Toastmaster Yogi, you can nominate.
So in that case, I can nominate for multiple positions, right? For example, VP, president. Is that the case?
Yes, you can nominate multiple persons for different position. For example, Yogi, if you want to Yogi be a president, you can nominate Yogi. If Rajeshwari, if you want to nominate for Rajeshwari ma'am for VP membership, you can nominate. But for single position, you cannot nominate two members.
So do we have any place where we see all the members' name and what all nominations have come, or that will be only disclosed on the day of the election?
Yeah, nomination is closed by tomorrow. Once it's closed, then I'll share the nominees list, nomination who was nominated. I'll share the list by end of tomorrow or Monday morning.
So if there is no nomination for a particular role, how does that go?
The election will happen for that particular position again in another day.
Oh.
That will be in blank. If maybe someone is nominating on the floor, then they will be taking up. They will be taking that position. If they have not, if anyone has nominated for the particular position, the particular role will be the election for the particular role will be done in the next meeting or next week or something like that.
Is there any eligibility for the voting on that day? For
All members, all members who are paid for the Toastmasters International, they have the eligibility to vote.
For this club only, right?
For
Other
this club,
members
yeah,
cannot.
yeah, for this club only, because the ExCom members, they are belonging to only for our club.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your queries. Okay, I think hope from the team itself, everyone has got cleared and they have good idea and that. Thank you so much, Yogi, for your time. And thanks for the opportunity for me to share the information.
Thank you so much, Chandan, for being here. After a long time, we are seeing you, and for sure, we are expecting a speech from you.
Sure,
so
sure.
With that, I would like to adjourn today's meeting. So let me adjourn today's formal meeting. And if there are any queries, people can stay back for another 5 minutes and get it clarified. And then see you. Good night. Have a great weekend.
Sorry, Yogi, I asked you to wait. Actually, I was in another contest in Delhi Toastmaster Club.
Perfectly all right. No issue.
Sorry for that. See, I thought they have told that it will be finished by 7:30. They have taken so much time for that. So I rushed up in the last moment.
That's okay. Thank you so much for being here, Anand, and
Yeah.
thank you so much for.
Thank you so much.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye. Have a
Bye-bye.
good night, everybody. Bye bye. See you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Yogi.